Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today, and for the last couple of days, according to what time zone someone lives in, honoring the appearance day of Nityananda, Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. The Godhead has appeared in 5 features, and Lord Caitanya, Lord Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas. That is 5, right? Caitanya, Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar, and Srivas. Yeah. 5 different personalities. So today is celebrating the appearance of Nityananda. And yesterday too in other parts of the world. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Temples have programs for chanting and musical performances and dramatic presentations and feasting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I was going to read a pastime so we can appreciate the unusual personality of Nityananda. It's very eccentric, actually. He's what's called avadut, which he doesn't fit into any social class within society. He's called an avaduta. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He's not a sannyasi, he's not a householder, but he can do anything, but he doesn't fit into any classification like that within social structure. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there's a nice pastime in the Anchalila of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I'm just going to read that. I'm not going to do the Bengali or the Sanskrit. I'll just read it in English. So Anchalila, chapter 12. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So, text 1. O devotees, may the transcendental life and characteristics of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu be always heard, chanted, and meditated upon with great happiness. Hare Krishna. I was just thinking about Prabhupada. Made me smile. Text 2. All glories to Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, who is all merciful. All glories to Nityananda Prabhu, who is an ocean of mercy. All glories to Advaita Acharya, who is also an ocean of mercy. And all glories to all the devotees of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, whose hearts are always filled with mercy. The mind of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu was always morose because of a continuously manifested feeling of separation from Krishna. The Lord would cry, "Oh, my Lord Krishna, my life and soul, O son of Maharaj Nanda, where shall I go? Where shall I attain you, O Supreme Personality who plays your flute? Who plays with your flute to your mouth? This was his situation day and night. Unable to find peace of mind, he passed his nights with great difficulty in the company of Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Roy. Meanwhile, all the devotees journeyed from their homes in Bengal to see Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, who was now residing in Jagannath Puri. Headed by Shivananda Shain, Advaita Charya, and others, all the devotees assembled in Navadvip. The inhabitants of Kolinagram and Kanda village also assembled at Navadvip. Because Nityananda Prabhu was preaching in Bengal, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had ordered him not to come to Jagannath Puri. That year, however, he went with the rest of the party to see the Lord. Srivas Thakur was also there with his 3 brothers and his wife, Malini. Acharya Ratna was similarly accompanied by his wife. The wife of Shivananda Shain also came along with their 3 sons. Raghava Pandit joined them, carrying the famous bags of food. Vasudev Dutt, Arari Gupta, Vidyanidhi, and many other devotees went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Altogether they numbered 200 to 300. The devotees first saw Sachi Mata and took her permission. Then, in great happiness, they started for Jagannath Puri, congregationally chanting the holy name of the Lord. Shivananda Shain managed the payment of tolls at different places. Maintaining everyone, he guided all the devotees in great happiness. Shivananda Shain took care of everyone and gave each devotee places to stay. He knew all the paths leading to Orissa. One day, when the party was being checked by a toll collector, the devotees were allowed to pass, and Shivananda Shain remained behind alone to pay the taxes. The party went into a village and waited beneath a tree because no one but Shivananda Shain could arrange for their residential quarters. Nityananda Prabhu, meanwhile, became very hungry and upset. Because he had not yet obtained a suitable residence, he began calling Shivananda Shain ill names. Shivananda Shain has not arranged for my residence, he complained, and I'm so hungry I could die. Because he has not come, I curse his 3 sons to die. Hearing this curse, Shivananda Shain's wife began to cry. Just then, Shivananda Shain returned from the toll station. Crying, his wife informed him, Lord Nityananda has cursed our sons to die because his quarters have not been provided. Shivananda Shain replied, You crazy woman, why are you needlessly crying? Let my 3 sons die for all the inconvenience we have caused Nityananda Prabhu. After saying this, Shivananda Shain went to Nityananda Prabhu, who then stood up and kicked him. Very pleased at being kicked, Shivananda Shain quickly arranged for a milkman's house to be the Lord's residence. Shivananda Shain touched the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu and led him to his residence. After giving the Lord his quarters, Shivananda Shain, being very pleased, spoke as follows. Today, you have accepted me as your servant and have properly punished me for my offense. My dear Lord, your chastising me is your causeless mercy. Who, within the 3 worlds, can understand your real character? The dust of your lotus feet is not attainable even by Lord Brahma, yet your lotus feet have touched my wretched body. Today, my birth, my family, my activities have all become successful. Today, I have achieved the fulfillment of religious principles, economic development, satisfaction of the senses, and ultimately devotional service to Lord Krishna. When Lord Nityananda heard this, he was very happy. He rose and embraced Shivananda Shain in great love. Being very pleased by Nityananda Prabhu's behavior, Nityananda Shain began to arrange residential quarters for all the Vaishnavas, headed by Advaitacharya. One of Sri Nityananda Prabhu's characteristics is his contradictory nature. When he becomes angry and kicks someone, it's actually to his benefit. Shivananda Shain's nephew, Shrikant, the son of his sister, felt offended, and he commented on the matter when his uncle was absent. My uncle is well known as one of the associates of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, but Lord Nityananda Prabhu asserts his superiority by kicking him. After saying this, Shrikant, who was only a boy, left the group and traveled on alone to the residence of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu. When Shrikant offered obeisances to the Lord, he was still wearing his shirt and coat. Therefore, Govinda told him, "My dear Shrikant, first take off these garments." As Govinda was warning Shrikant, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Don't bother him. Let Shrikant do whatever he likes, for he has come here in a distressed state of mind." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from Shrikant about all the Vaishnavas, and the boy informed the Lord about them, naming them one after another. When Shrikant Shain heard the Lord say he is distressed, he can understand that the Lord is omniscient. As he described the Vaishnavas, therefore, he did not mention Lord Nityananda kicking Shivananda Shain. Meanwhile, all the devotees arrived and went to meet the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu received them all, just as he had in previous years. The women, however, saw the Lord from a distance. The Lord again arranged for the residential quarters of all the devotees, and thereafter called them to partake of the remnants of food offered to Lord Jagannath. Shivananda Shain introduced his 3 sons to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because they were his sons, the Lord showed the boys great mercy. Lord Chaitanya asked the youngest son's name, and Shivananda Shain informed the Lord that his name was Paramananda Das. Okay, so that kind of is going into some other pastimes here, but that gives a little picture of the unusual personality and characteristics of Lord Nityananda, that he has contradictory moods. His behavior is unpredictable. Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shivananda Shain's attitude is exemplary. Here he was doing so much service, serving all the Vaishnavas on the journey, and Nityananda was a little inconvenienced. And he became very irritable. Took it out on Shivananda Shain. Krishna. was looking to see if there was a little bit more about Nityananda here, but I don't see anything. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Caitanya. Oh, that's it. Hare Krishna.